Mr. Bean. I hear something bad.
In this game, you're the prototype Big Daddy, the first Big Daddy ever created, right?
Yes. So there was an original line of Big Daddies, each of whom had a single little sister that they were meant to guard, like a father-daughter relationship. You are the first successfully bonded to a little sister. Her name is Eleanor, and 10 years have passed since he remembers her.
So she's not a little sister anymore, right?
She is definitely something new.
That first teaser trailer that you put out showed like a girl that was, seemed like it was sort of a teenager or something, a young woman kind of looking out over the ocean. Is that Eleanor?
That is involved in the player's story. I can't really spoil how, because there are symbols in there that you're going to unpack as you play.
In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys.
We had Andrew Ryan in the first game,
yes,
and his objectivism. Now we have a new person, Sophia Lamb, right?
Yeah, so Sophia Lamb is an old political rival of Andrew Ryan. She is really, in many ways, his opposite. She is an altruist, meaning she believes that we all have a duty to the world, and she has allowed that to corrupt her. She's taken control of Rapture and has really, in the name of the greater good, began to see people as numbers. If you make the world your family and you have to choose between thousands of children, they have to kind of diminish in their priority. And so that is why she comes into conflict with the player, who is a, lone agent, an extremely powerful individual fighting with her collective.
She wasn't around in the days of BioShock 1?
She was. She is part of Rapture's history, but for reasons that you discover as you play BioShock 2, she was not present during the events of the first game, and you discover why as you close in on her.
Interesting. So she may have had a little run-in with Andrew Ryan back in the day?
He's a speaking character in the game, and sort of his feelings about her are the way you get to know her before she's willing to, say, behold my evil plan.
So as you go into this area, there's this character, Father Wales, right? And how does he involve himself in Siren Alley?
Well, Father Wales is a powerful lieutenant in the service of Dr. Sophia Lamb. She is the primary antagonist, and she wants to take out the player. Father Wales is sort of her chief religious zealot who took her collectivist philosophy and spun it into a very simple religion that the Splicers could comprehend so that she could recruit them.
And what is that religion? How does he describe it to the Splicers?
Well, it's called the Rapture family. And the idea is that while we can't spoil everything that they believe, that they all sort of owe each other a sense of unity and brotherhood that Rapture was all about getting rid of.
And with her, paradise itself! Be ye soldier of the ground or angel of the sky, ye must stand fast and send it howling back to hell.
Did you have sort of a plan from the get-go about what you wanted the overarching story to be?
Yeah, the original plot design of BioShock 2 was intended to make for an excellent series of choices. You really shape the story as the player. By the end, you're kind of the author.
Interesting. So is there an element of choice again in this game? I mean, certainly there's a little sister angle again, but I mean, are there going to be multiple endings like the first game and you're really going to sort of shape the story?
I would say that we've extended the number of choices from the first game because we are a first-person shooter and because we feel like everything has got to have a highly physical, demonstrable result. The clarity of between your different paths is one of our goals each time we design one of those choices. But from scenario to scenario, sometimes there are more outcomes than just two.
Okay.
But the other cool thing is that unlike in BioShock 1, your choices aren't confined to just dealing with the little sisters. Okay. There are adult characters, unspliced and sane, who need your help in Rapture, and you ultimately decide their fate.
We're talking about BioShock 2 at 2K Marin with Jordan, who's the creative director of the game. The first game had quite a story about the Ryan family. Is there anything more about the Ryan family in BioShock 2? Are they making a return appearance?
The story of Ryan in BioShock 2 is, for all intents and purposes, over.
Do you have any DNA in common with the Ryan family?
I wouldn't spoil that sort of thing. That's something you'd have to find out through kind of deciphering yourself as you go through the game.
I see. So there may be a link somewhere in the past, or you never know.
Possibly. There could be something even different that would cause the player to be special this time around.
What are you using as a device to sort of bring the player back in BioShock 2? Because you're not going to invite a chamber.
So now the little sisters will heal the big daddies when you come out of a Vita chamber, and so that makes you really have to beef up before you come back and try the Titan.
So someone has hacked the Vita chambers so they work for people other than Ryan's now?
Won't really talk about anything related to the player that makes him special, like I said, other than that he has...
Because then he might somehow, you would think if the big daddy is able to come back through the Vita chamber, he must have some DNA in common with the Ryan family, right?
That is a fascinating conspiracy theory.
Was there really a family?